What's up, YouTube? Thank you for tuning into another episode of Reaction Reviews. My name is Arby. I am the host. If you're new to the channel, I'd like to say welcome. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I appreciate that. So while I have you here, if you can go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on as well if you're into car reviews so that you can be notified the next time I drop more content. If you're coming back to the channel, welcome back. I appreciate you and I see you. Well, for this episode, we have the 2021 BMW X3 30e PHEV. PHEV stands for plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. This X3 is actually equipped with the Ultimate package. So we're going to go over a little bit of details as to what that includes. We're going to talk about the inside, the outside, some numbers, and then we're going to round it off to my favorite segment of the episode, or of all the episodes moving forward, is the reaction review 0 to 60 rating system. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get at it. So starting with the outside of the vehicle, it looks very similar to any other X3 that you would see on the road. There's only a few things that differentiates it. So the first thing would be that little flap on the side, and that is where your charger goes in. It does have a 26-kilometer range at full battery. And the only other way you can tell that this is a PHEV X3, aside from that flap for the charger, is this little guy right here that says xDrive 30e. I love the fact that BMW has given you the option of making it look just the same as a gasoline-powered X3. It's a very sharp car to begin with anyways. It's one of the better looking SUVs in the segment. But I love the fact that it doesn't have anything too stand out-ish from its gasoline counterparts. Now this car in specific is equipped with the M Sport package, which changes the front fascia. You'll see it's got these cool little vents, these black lines that go down, just 21-inch rims. And it's got the blue brakes as well. Those are the M Performance brakes. Everything is pretty much blacked out. Black spoiler, sport, rear diffuser. We're just going to take a quick look at the trunk and see what kind of battery, what kind of space the battery takes. You will not find that on a gasoline powered X3, but this you will find. So your little privacy guard here to cover up your Hermes bags or your grocery shopping or whatever you're into. If you need to get big boxes in here and this is in the way, you can actually take this off. There is a designated spot right here that it'll go right in there. It stores in perfectly, and boom, it'll be flat. You can get whatever boxes you need fit in there. Now you noticed I pressed the button to open the trunk. To close it, you can press that button right there, or you can actually access the kick plate, and it goes right back down. Very useful if you have a little bebe in your arms or whatever. So the back seat has fairly luxurious offerings for a compact SUV. You have some nets behind the seats for your iPad or your magazine or whatnot. There's heating controls for the climate. There you can also put on your heated seats, and there's 2 USB chargers to keep you fully charged. And here is a look at the big panoramic sunroof. So, getting stationed in the back seat. Not bad. I have it adjusted like I usually do where I sit. I sit right around 6 feet tall, especially with a little bit of heel on my J1s. Probably no longer than an hour I'd want to be back here. If I have my phone, 7 hours. But it's okay, decent room. This car is equipped with the Ultimate package, and one of the cool features that's offered with the Ultimate package, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's got adjustable rear seats. So, I don't know if you can catch the border there or not. This is very upright, but the fact that it's got it adjustable, you just literally pull up here, push back, and it actually gives you a lot of room to lean back and be comfortable. So with that said, let's dip into some of the features that this car has. So one of the coolest things is these peasant blockers, manually adjusted. So 2021 X3 30E, finished in Alpine white non-metallic, and also comes with this cognac Vernesca leather. Feels very nice, very rich and compelling for all the Ron Burgundy fans out there. So base MSRP. Quick quiz, do you know what MSRP means? Because if you don't, let me tell you. It's manufacturer suggested retail price. Falls just short of $60,000. So $59,990 is what the 2021 X3 30E is going for. If you want the non-hybrid version, it's going to be, I think, $5,500 less. Don't quote me. But I'm going to research it and edit it right here. So I'm going to guess $6,000 less. So coming back to this vehicle, I did say it's got the ultimate package. So a couple of things that stand out with this package. First is the price. It's $14,600 for this package. It's a really cool package. So like I said, it's got the adjustable seats, it's got the peasant blockers, comfort access, it's got what else stands out here? Galvanic controls, ambient air package, ambient lighting. I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit dark and I'm going to give you a quick little shot of what the interior looks like in the nighttime. Looks fantastic. Very familiar BMW interior ambient lighting. If you're familiar to the brand, it's not much different. Gesture control, wireless charging, heads-up display, Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds fantastic. High beam assist. One thing about the wireless charging, I find that my iPhone 12 Pro Max, it fits in there just fine, but it doesn't pick up the charge. And sometimes you'll notice like a blue light goes on. That's when you know it's charging. The blue light goes on and I'll drive like 35 minutes. I noticed the other day, I put it in, the blue light went on. I was at about 82%, 84%. And I drove for about 35-37 minutes, took the phone out, it was still at 84%. So I don't know if it did any charging or maybe there's just size is too big. On top of the $14,600 Ultimate package, there is the M Sport package. Now if you're budgeting when you're trying to spec out an X3 30E, you can skip the Ultimate package. I would say that the one step down, I believe it's called the Premium Enhanced, where it gives you things like the Harman Kardon, the heads-up display, ambient lighting, a lot of the cool features you'll get without having to pay $14,600 for the Ultimate package. But this one, the M Sport package, is an absolute necessity. It's a $3,500 package, but I noticed I said 21-inch wheels. They're actually 20-inch M Sport wheels. But with the M Sport package, aside from the wheels, you get the cool blue brakes, the M Sport brakes. You get a variable sport steering, the high gloss roof rails, and then the window, the gloss black surround window. The M leather steering wheel, for me that's a must. I love a nice thick steering wheel. My dad has a 2020 X3 and it's the base model, doesn't have the M Sport steering wheel, and there's a huge difference. The design's really nice, but it's just a little bit too skinny to hold. And if you're getting, nice 20s, the car looks sporty and it drives pretty sporty too, because of the wheels. You kind of want a nice aggressive fat steering wheel to whip it around. Aside from that, you get the anthracite roof liner, you get the brushed aluminum trim with satin chrome highlights, the LED fog lights, the sports seats, which brings the total to over 80 grand. That's a lot of money to pay for an X3. I know German cars, they come in at a decent price point, and then once you start speccing out options, they can get through the roof. I learned that with Porsche. A friend of mine years back was looking at a Porsche Boxster, He said it was a very attractive package. It came in at like 69 grand or something like that. It was 2011, I think, is when we went car shopping for him. He ended up paying 111,000 out the door. Mind you, we're in Ontario. At that time, I think there was 15% tax on cars. But still, you know, you walk into a dealership thinking, you know, 69 grand for a car, maybe taxes all in, everything packaged out, 85, 90 grand. He spent 111,000. So it is what it is. You get what you pay for. The options are worth their money if you're willing to spend it, but you're close to 80 grand now. A couple of grand more, you're looking at like a demo version X5, which would be my suggestion. I do like the X5 a little bit more than the X3 anyways, but I'm very, very interested to see how this car rates and ranks in the 0 to 60 at the end of one of the categories. Is actually how does it do against its own competition. So I am very interested to see how this car is going to score. But that's all we got for the inside and the numbers. Let's wait till nighttime now and see the interior. So as you unlock the doors, you'll see this really cool curved pathway lighting for you. And even the door handle is illuminated, so if there's, you know, gum, spider, or anything like that, you'll be able to see it before you put your hand in there. Stepping inside, I'm kind of glad you can't see the piano black accent on the center console because it picks up dust and fingerprints fairly easily. There are the 2 cup holders. There's the wireless charging, a USB port as well, and there's the galvanic controls, very soft to the touch. They feel amazing. There is the Apple CarPlay, which I believe is standard, and now you can get Android Auto as well. But let's highlight my favorite part in all new BMW interiors is the ambient lighting. I have it set to orange because it matches all the buttons. It is such a cool twin pipe lighting system and even extends into the rear seats, creating some really cool optics for rear seat passengers. Alright, so to round off this review and head into my favorite segment, it's the reaction review 0 to 60. I've altered it from my last video a little bit because I found like performance, fun to drive, and one other thing, they were kind of redundant, so I've altered it a little bit. It's still 6 categories out of 10 for a full score of 60, so let's just head right into it. For exterior styling, this car gets a 7.8. That's actually a really good score, and it's because of the M Sport package. The front fascia, the big 20s, the blacked out trim and stuff like that. If it didn't have that, it would probably be in the low 7s, but because it does, it comes in at a 7.8. Interior styling comes in at 7.4. If it didn't have that piano black, it would probably be in the mid to higher 7s, but it comes in at a 7.4. Comfort also comes in at a 7.4. You would think having these big massive 20s with lower profile tires that, you know, you'd be bumping and the car would be stiff, you'd be bumping all over the place and stuff. Not the case. The next one would be matchup versus the competition. This actually does really well. I looked up some competition. There isn't much for a luxury SUV PHEV yet. It's coming. Audi has the Q5, I think, dropping either soon or already did. That thing starts at 70K. So we talked about options with German cars, so I could just imagine that thing topping close to 90 grand. Don't quote me. Also, Volvo, I believe, has an XC60, which might be a little bit bigger than this car, but that thing starts at 67 grand. I don't know much about it. So just price point alone, BMW has a head start. Their ranges are all around 26 to 31 kilometers anyways for the full electric. That's not really the huge selling point of these cars anyways. But matchup versus competition, it comes in at an 8.1. Performance, I forgot to go over some performance numbers. I believe this 4-cylinder engine in this X3 puts out 288 horsepower. That'll get you 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. Also, don't quote me, but 0 to 60 shouldn't be your main focus when you're buying one of these grocery getters. And if it is, stop it. So for performance, it gets a 7.9, and that's fairly high, but I noticed when I'm heavy on the gas pedal, I had no problem taking off at a green light. Going from 90 to 130 was like that, just mere seconds. And then the last, which I believe is the most important category that I've added on that I didn't have in the last review, is swag. I think that is the most important factor when you're buying a car. It is for me anyways, and I think it is for a lot of people. We live in this Instagram society, this Instagram life, where everything has to have some sort of a swag to it. So that's why I made this the sixth and final category. Being a BMW, it has a hand up on a lot of other brands, whether you want to show your nails or your new watch in front of your steering wheel. That BMW logo ranks fairly high, maybe not as high as, you know, Bentley and Lamborghini or whatever, but those would probably be in the 9s, where this swag comes in at 8.5. So this brings the total score for this X330e to a very respectable 47.1 out of 60. I think that's a great score, and what I like even more is my motion sensor is lit and didn't go out because, you know, my first 2 takes, this thing went out on me. My name's Arby. You can find me on Instagram for my personal account, which is Nice Shoes Arby, or you can find the Reaction Reviews on Instagram as well, at Reaction Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you subscribed, and that's it, guys. Thank you.